Imagine a scenario, a thought experiment, if you will. What if you took everything you know, everything you own, all your preconceived notions, and cast them into a roaring bonfire? Picture the flames licking at the edges of your comfort zone, consuming the familiar, the expected. When the embers cool and the smoke clears, what would remain? What essential truths, what core values would survive the crucible of such radical change? What would you rebuild from the ashes? This question, this fundamental challenge to the status quo, is at the very heart of a story, a sweeping saga that transcends borders and centuries. A story that irrevocably changed the world, leaving an indelible mark on the course of human history. It's the story of Genghis Khan, a name synonymous with conquest and military might. But he was not just a conqueror, a mere warlord driven by bloodlust. He was a force, a catalyst that reshaped civilization, leaving an enduring legacy that extends far beyond the battlefield. Most see him, and rightly so, as a brutal warrior, a fearsome leader who forged an empire through relentless campaigns. But that's only a sliver of the complete story, a superficial understanding of a complex and transformative figure. Genghis Khan tore down walls, both literal and metaphorical, dismantling existing power structures and challenging entrenched ideologies. He united disparate peoples, forging a cohesive empire from a patchwork of warring tribes and fragmented societies. And in doing so, he sparked a transformation, a ripple effect that continues to echo through the corridors of time and resonate in our world today. He created the largest contiguous land empire in history, a colossal domain that stretched across continents, connecting the Pacific to Europe, bridging east and west in unprecedented ways, making travel and trade safer and more efficient than ever before, fostering an era of unprecedented global exchange. This journey we're about to embark on isn't just about battles and bloodshed, the clash of armies and the fall of empires. It's about the revolutionary ideas the Mongols spread, the seeds of innovation they sowed across their vast territories. Ideas concerning law, communication and commerce, concepts that would fundamentally alter the course of human events. Ideas that laid the very groundwork, the essential foundation for our modern world, shaping the societies we inhabit today. So let's explore together how a single spark, ignited on the vast and unforgiving Mongolian steppe, ignited a fire, a conflagration of ideas and innovation that continues to shape our lives, our societies and our world in profound and often unexpected ways. Before the legend of Genghis Khan echoed across the world, there was Temujin. Born into a fractured world of warring tribes, his destiny was far from certain. He was a boy, abandoned by his clan, left to survive the brutal elements of the Mongolian steppe, with nothing but his wits and a fierce will to live. The unforgiving landscape became his teacher, and every sunrise was a battle for survival. But hardship didn't break him. It forged him into something stronger, something resilient. He learned to endure, to adapt, and to find strength where others saw only despair. The trials he faced in his youth would shape the leader he was destined to become. He learned the sacred bond of loyalty, understanding that true strength lies not in individual power, but in the unwavering support of those around you. He cultivated resilience, bouncing back from every setback with renewed determination, and he grasped the crucial value of alliances, understanding that unity could overcome even the most daunting challenges. When his wife Borto was kidnapped, a devastating blow that could have shattered any man, Temujin didn't succumb to despair. Instead, he skillfully built alliances, uniting disparate tribes under a common cause, and led a daring rescue mission, proving his exceptional leadership and unwavering commitment to those he loved. He observed how the endless tribal feuds and petty conflicts constantly weakened the Mongol people, leaving them vulnerable and divided. And he dared to dream of a different future, a future of unity and strength, where the Mongols stood together as one. Temujin's vision was of a nation bound not by blood ties or tribal loyalties, but by a shared sense of loyalty, a common purpose, and a unified system of law and order. He broke with tradition and promoted people based on their merit and skill, not on their noble birth or family connections. This revolutionary approach attracted followers from all walks of life, warriors, strategists and commoners alike, all drawn to his promise of a better future. Slowly, painstakingly, he began to unite the warring tribes, forging them together under a single banner, a symbol of their newfound unity. And so Temujin, the boy who had once been abandoned, was transformed. He became Genghis Khan, the leader of all who lived in felt tents, the supreme ruler of the unified Mongol nation. His rise to power was not simply about conquest or domination, but about creating a new kind of society, one built on principles of loyalty, meritocracy and unity. This was the beginning of a profound revolution on the vast Mongolian steppe, a transformation that would reshape the world forever. Imagine a game, any game, but with a twist. What if everyone played by different rules? Utter chaos, right? A free-for-all where strength and cunning are the only arbiters, no fairness, no predictability, just constant conflict. That was Mongolia before Genghis Khan. A land of warring tribes, each with its own customs and laws, locked in a perpetual cycle of raiding and revenge. He united the tribes, forging a single, powerful nation from the disparate clans of the steppe. And to govern this new nation, he created the Yasa, a single, comprehensive law code for all. A revolutionary concept for its time. Under the Yasa, everyone was equal before the law. This wasn't just a set of rules, it was a social contract, noble or servant, rich or poor. Even the Khan himself was subject to its dictates. No one was above the law. This fairness was revolutionary, especially in a world dominated by feudal systems and arbitrary rule. It was the glue binding the new nation together, fostering loyalty and cooperation among its diverse peoples. The laws banned kidnapping and theft, ensuring personal safety and security of property. It promoted unity by outlawing internal feuds and encouraging mutual support, and fostered teamwork, essential for the Mongol war machine and the empire's expansion. The Yasa's influence spread far beyond the Mongol heartland. As the empire grew, so did the reach of its legal principles, impacting conquered territories and shaping their governance. It played a crucial role in forming an early international legal framework, facilitating trade and diplomacy across vast distances. It protected merchants traversing the Silk Road, ensuring safe passage for goods and ideas, and ambassadors granting them safe conduct and inviolability in foreign lands, making travel and trade safer and more predictable, fostering economic growth and cultural exchange. The concept of diplomatic immunity, a cornerstone of modern international relations, was born here under the vast sky of the Mongol Empire. And it is still vital today, ensuring communication and negotiation between nations. One law for everyone, regardless of status or origin. An idea from the Mongol steppe, a seemingly simple concept with profound implications. That helped shape modern international law, influencing the development of treaties, conventions, and legal norms. The Mongols' legal legacy endures, a testament to the power of law in building empires and shaping civilizations. In the systems we rely on now, from trade agreements to human rights declarations, the echoes of the Yasa can still be heard. 8 centuries ago, sending a message was slow and risky. Genghis Khan needed fast communication, so he built the Yam, a relay network of riders and stations across the empire. Messages could travel hundreds of miles a day, connecting the vast Mongol world. The Yam was the empire's nervous system, enabling rapid military and administrative coordination. Riders carried special passports, ensuring support and fresh horses at every stop. But the Yam was more than mail. It became a highway for merchants, missionaries and explorers. Ideas and inventions and stories now flowed from east to west and back. Marco Polo and others used these safe roads, fueling a global exchange of knowledge. The Yam was the internet of its age, a network that connected minds and cultures. Before the Mongols, trade between China and Europe was perilous and fragmented. Genghis Khan's empire transformed the Silk Road into a secure, unified highway. Bandits and warlords were swept away. Merchants could travel safely with a single Mongol passport. This era, the Pax Mongolica, was a golden age of commerce. The Mongols built roads, bridges and wells and introduced paper money, like a medieval credit card. Trade exploded, silk, spices and porcelain flowed west. Ideas and inventions traveled both ways. Chinese gunpowder, the compass and printing press reached Europe, sparking the Renaissance. The world shrank as goods and knowledge moved freely. The Mongols understood a safe road for merchants is a road to prosperity for all. Their vision of connected trade still shapes our global economy. In an age of religious wars, Genghis Khan chose tolerance. He respected all faiths, declaring religious freedom across his empire. Priests and monks were exempt from taxes. No one was persecuted for belief. This policy was both wise and practical, winning loyalty from conquered peoples. Karakorum, the Mongol capital, became a crossroads of temples, mosques and churches. The Khans invited religious leaders to debate and share ideas, fostering curiosity and exchange. This openness allowed ideas and beliefs to travel safely across Asia and Europe. The Mongol model of religious tolerance foreshadowed the freedoms many nations value today. The Mongols were master connectors, spreading innovations across continents. They adopted gunpowder from China, transforming warfare and ending the age of castles and knights in Europe. The cannons that toppled Constantinople traced their roots to Mongol armies. The Mongols also popularized paper money, making trade easier and inspiring future banking systems. Marco Polo marveled at this in China, though Europeans doubted him. Along Mongol routes, the compass, printing press and new foods traveled, fueling revolutions in knowledge and exploration. The Mongols didn't invent these things, but they spread them farther and faster than anyone before. Their empire was a global melting pot of ideas and technology. The world we know owes much to their role as history's great transmitters. What does a nomad from 800 years ago have to do with us? Genghis Khan's empire connected the world, breaking down barriers between civilizations. He set the stage for global trade, communication and cultural exchange. The Mongols pioneered diplomatic immunity, religious tolerance, paper money and unified law, systems we still use. They created the first era of globalization, where distant events could affect everyone. Even our way of seeing history through a global lens owes something to them. When you use a banknote, read world news or buy something from abroad, you're living in a world shaped by Mongol innovations. Genghis Khan's legacy is woven into the fabric of our modern lives. Genghis Khan's story reminds us that history is full of unexpected consequences. He united his people and, in doing so, scattered seeds. Gunpowder, the compass, the printing press that changed the world. He didn't plan the modern age, but his actions made it possible. Today, we're planting our own seeds through the ideas we share and the systems we build. What kind of world will grow from them? The Mongol story is a mirror, challenging us to think about the future we're creating. What seeds are you planting today?